Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of what? StarCraft Brood War? It's remastered! Today on La Mancha, it is a best versus Larva replay sent to me by RJB. The name and label he put on it is only silly. So I guess it's a silly game between these two players. I'm gonna go red versus blue here. Yeah, I'm gonna go red versus blue. Top right, it is best ASL finalist for ASL 19. And on the top left, it is a Larva. He is not a finalist, a top 2 finalist, because that is Soul Key, man. So it is La Mancha with a giant windmill in the center here. Look at it. Look at it in all its glory. We can zoom out, and the windmill is visible. Ah, very good. Based on the Don Quixote story, Man of La Mancha, the guy who wants to be a knight in a time where knights are in the past, and he fights a giant like knights used to do, but it's a windmill. So, interpretations vary on that story, but read it for yourself and come up with your own idea. So, it's a PvZ. It is going to be an interesting one and a silly one here, according to RJB. Terry the Overlord scouting out. Yes, Terry, I know you had an interaction with somebody at a coffee shop this morning. I don't need to hear the whole story, man. Just heads up, okay? You're heading right into enemy territory, but you'll get there in time to recognize it's enemy territory and not run right into a Dragoon or a Corsair. However, you probably will be sacrificed for scouting, considering what's going on. Are you not Nexus firsting? You're not Nexus firsting in a PvZ, are ya? Dude, best is Nexus firsting against a hatch firsting Larva. Bam! Nexus first, PvZ. Alright, we've got our silly aspect to this already. In case you're wondering what makes this replay silly, we got it. 1 minute and 50 seconds, dude. Poke in. Poke in. Poke in. Oh, there it is. There it is. You could barely see it. And, oh, the probe saw that Overlord, too. He tried to run. I mean, probe was here anyway. This probe was scouting, so, I mean, we weren't hiding at this point, but... yeah, probe gets in, sees the hatch. First says, haha. Made myself hiccup there. Ha, hiccup. Probe scouts in, sees the pool, says, okay, it's nothing insane, like a 3-hatch before pool play. Kind of like a Nexus first against Larva is. Dude, the luckiest dog here. The luckiest best to get away with this. There's no way. There's just absolutely no way this should work. But by golly, he got lucky, hatch first. And then guess what Larva's going to do? He's going to go for a fast third, because he can get away with it. This is a direct reaction to what Best is doing, and I approve wholeheartedly. With all of my heart is what that means. Alright, I don't know why there's a forge. I mean... it's fine. I mean, I guess you could have... part of it's for walling off. Cannon just for extreme safety here. I don't think Larva's going to try to break this. There were 2 options here for Larva, right? Make a lot of lings, try to bust this thing, try to go for a really fast 2-base Hydra kind of a play, or get a fast 3rd base and let it play out from there, which is exactly what he's doing. He's getting a lair, no metabolic boost for his lings, so this probe gets to run around and pretty much do whatever it wants. Until metabolic boost comes in, or until a Sunken is ready to go, or a Hydralisk comes out. Because these lings, yeah, you'll get hits off, guys, but you are not killing this probe if Best doesn't want you to, or unless Best gets extremely sloppy. And this is Best we're talking about. He's a monster. He's so good. He's been playing extremely well. What was the series we had? Best versus... Queen? Ooh, yeah. Best versus Queen is what it was in ASL 19. Incredible, incredible. 7-game series. It went to 7 games. I mean, obviously, based on the fact I'm talking about Best being in the finals of ASL 19, you know that Best won, but it was a knockdown, drag him out. Best made arbiters in that series against Zerg. He's a madman. He's kind of the Protoss equivalent to Sulky, right? Who will do weird stuff and kind of get away with it. Just because the skill level is so high. Ooh, it's a Stargate Citadel combination. That's some fancy stuff. Lings, you know, in case a Zealot makes out across the map. We do have some Lings and Overlords getting vision. Yeah, this is Terry. What's up, Terry? Glad you're alive, man. Terry the Overlord merch is at falconpaladin.store. We've got a new shirt out there for Terran fans. Although this is not the good cast to talk about that, because you know, the big-time Terran fans don't really watch PvZ, although they should because it's a great matchup. Incredibly fantastic. Second gas, Corsair production. We'll see if he goes for that +1 air weapons upgrade. I mean, if it's Spire, yeah, you're going to want that +1 air. If there's a Hydra Den, then no. Let's not worry about Corsair upgrades then. Let's get speed lots, let's get Storm. But if our guy's going to try to Ogre Zerg you with a bunch of Mutas and a bunch of Scourge, then by all means, let's get that +1 attack for those Corsairs. Still not happening, mind you. First Corsair on the move out. Going to try to find what it can. Spire done. We can make an upgrade. Sure. I was like, how many Mutas can we make here? Like 1, 2? Let's get a pair of Scourge and an upgrade instead. Carapace upgrade on the way for the Scourge. Now, this could just be Scourge. This could just be Scourge to try to protect the Overlords while a Hydra Den comes up somewhere else, but then the production tab continues to refuse to show us a Hydra Den because there's not one happening. So, what are the choices here? What choices are being made in this game? No spinny Cyber Core means no air weapons for the Corsairs. He either is correctly intuiting that it's not Mutalisks, and therefore having that upgrade doesn't help too much. He's just not even really bothering with many Corsairs at all, is he? He's got 2. No upgrades, no third one, no fourth one. Storm instead. He's acting like it's Hydras. Ooh, speed lots on the move out. Sunken's coming up. Larva, you're my favorite Zerg, man. This is it. He builds Sunkens. Okay, no real anti-air to protect that Overlord. But hey, he's building Sunkens, but it's too late. It's too late to apologize. And we do make a couple Mutalisks to try to handle the Zealots. Mutaling against Zealot. You get there eventually. It doesn't like obliterate them like Lurkers would or Reaver Shots would. But it does kill them eventually, and drones are going to die. Good micro here by Larva, getting on top of those Zealots and causing them some problems, but that's at least a couple drones down, maybe even 3 there. 42 to 27 workers. Zealots, another drone is dead here on the natural base. 1 kill on that Zealot, and 3 kills on that Zealot. Okay, bigger kills than I thought. Down here at Le Natural Base. 4th base coming in from Larva. Saving grace he's got right now. And a single DT is on the way because no, there are Overlords and Sunkens here, man. You didn't kill all the Overlords. There are Sunkens. You know there are. Yeah, so Larva's good. He's fine. I mean, he's fine now. Later in the game, we could see a DT show up at like a 5th base and kill every drone there because it's not adequately protected. But for now, everything is looking just great. Maelstrom's on the way. No. Yeah, diving your Scourge into here when there are cannons, you're never ever making connections on those Corsairs, man. It's just a dumb decision by Larva there. Dark Archon on the way. Maelstrom coming in too. Gonna try to catch this Mutaflock as it is. It's not a huge Mutaflock. It's only 5. And he snipes a High Templar, baits a Storm out. Loses 1 of his Mutalisks in the process. That's a fair trade. Trying to get splash damage on the Assimilator. Oh, gosh. But then, onto the probes. But then the Corsairs show up. And the Mutas have to go. Droning. Larva is droning his head off right now. 8 at a time. He takes a worker lead here at 8.5 minutes. Hot. Didgeridoo. You ever played a didgeridoo before? I haven't. Let's see if we get a hive today, right? That's the other game we like to play in PvZs. Is there going to be a hive? Does our Zerg player think he doesn't need tier 3 to defeat this Protoss player? Because guess what? Sometimes you don't. But I would argue against Best you kind of do, although... I will point out, in that best of 7 series between Queen and Best, Queen never made a single Defiler. So... And I'm telling you, he won 3 of those games. So, I mean... It's possible. We just don't like it very much here in the Falcon household, but we believe what Larva is capable of doing. We believe him getting a Queen's Nest at 9:30. What was I even worried about? Look at me vocally worrying about Hive Tech. And then a Queen's Nest is going to finish sub 10 minutes in a PvZ. Now, against Terran, Zerg will get that really fast. They'll get a Queen's Nest at like 7 or 8 minutes. But this is fine. This is great. This is basically that. Got a +1 attack here for the Dragoons. The Hydralisks that are now out have 0/0 upgrades, working on a +1, but pretty far away from it. Lurkers are morphing in. Mutas trying to get these High Templar. Maelstrom and a Storm combo. Oh, he doesn't even waste a Storm. Oh, that's insulting. Doesn't even waste a Storm on those Mutas. He's got Storm. Look at this. Look at these High Templar. He's got enough Storm to do a Storm. But he was like, I'm going to kill your Mutalisks without Psystorm after I Maelstrom them. That is exhibiting dominance. He might as well be T-posing on the map right now. Third base coming in from Best. This 4-base setup by Larva, pretty hot. Could maybe expand here to a 5th base. That would be cool. Hives, 50% complete. We're going to play a game. What upgrade is going to come in, first of all, when that hive is done? I'm going to guess, well, upgrade or building. I'm going to guess Defiler Mound. I'm going to guess he's going to get Defiler Mound immediately. Then get Adrenal. And then from there, upgrades, I guess. It's really about Adrenal and Defilers, though. No, this is not. No, it's really not a great. No, Larva, bud. I don't. Maybe one High Templar dies here? Yeah, one High Templar dies. All right, fine. I thought he was going to get nothing, but he does get one High Templar kill, which is excellent. Big fan of that stuff. Reaver tech at 11 minutes from Best. Who are you? And what have you done with the Best? Look at that. Look at that Reaver tech at 11:30. Cool. Hive done. Hive done. Adrenal, yes. Defiler Mound, yes. So Adrenal, pretty much. Yeah, I think Defiler Mound first, and then Spawning Pool Adrenal second. So I will accept victory on that. Thank you very much. I'm not right about all the things in StarCraft replays, but I am pretty good at it. Pretty good at the predicting game. So these Lings are, you know, okay. 0/0 Ling's going to have Adrenal soon. Going to have a +1 melee attack soon. Lurker Ling just kind of burrowing between the 3rd base and the 2nd base here. Good Lurker position. Maybe not. Not with all the Dragoons. Get in there. Kill those cannons. No! Psystorm! No! Beautiful Psystorm. Lurkers dying all over the place, and this is ill-fated. I would have loved maybe for Larva to wait another 20 seconds for Adrenal to finish. Because guess what? All the Lings are dead and Adrenal's done. That lined up perfectly. Every Ling died. The last Ling went... And Adrenal finished. And it was like, if only I had Adrenal. That's what it was saying in Zergling language. I know, I've got a PhD in it. I've studied it for years. And it's a death scream, so it's a little bit harder to understand than normal speech. But I'm telling you, if only we had Adrenal is exactly what he said, translated into modern English. Isn't that fun? Hey, look, it's Adrenalings. Now they're not going to engage because they have Adrenal and a +1/+1 upgrade. Ooh, they see High Templar, and once again, willing to run through fire to kill that High Templar. Nope! 16 hit points left. Try again next time. Yeah, and this is where Best is like, dang it, it's Adrenalings. Son of a gun. Dang it, it's Plague. That's even worse. And then at some point, Larva's going to be like, dang it, it's Reavers? That's not cool. I don't like Reavers in this matchup. They ignore my Dark Swarm. They can kill 20 Lings at once, even if they are Adrenalings. They are not special when that happens. There you go. 5th base from Larva. Thinking about it. Thinking about it. Really has enough money to do it. Psystorm and Zealots and Cannons shut that down. Oh, Dragoon dies in the middle of the map, but with good stutter stepping. Wow, got another Dragoon there. Yeah, 1/1 Lings with the Cracklings are fan-friggin-tastic. 6 o'clock coming in here from Larva. It is about even supply, which is not where Best wants to be. He wants to be up about 20 supply, ideally 30 at about 15 minutes. That is not happening. Larva's macro is awesome because it's Larva. Ventral Sacs are being researched. You know how I feel about drops. Drops are my best friend in StarCraft. Okay, now these Scourge need to connect. Oh my gosh, look at this connection. What is even in these? DTs, HTs. Ooh, Corsair goes down to a Scourge. This engagement is not great, especially because there's a couple DTs in there and there's no detection for the Lings, which is bad, but you did get advance warning. that this is happening. So he expands down here instead of... Oh, and over here. Cool. So he takes a 5th base, and then he takes a 6th base, and it's still a 3-basing best here. Now I'm curious to know what's silly about this game. Oh, Maelstrom catches 3 Hydras. It's just not as impressive as catching an entire stack of Mutalisks. It never, ever has been, never, ever will be. Scourge chasing. Imagine being in a shuttle and looking out that back window and being like, oh no, it's a giant bat. It's going to explode on us. That'd be so scary. This base is probably dead. Yeah, 100%. Canceled hatch there. I don't know where Larva's defenses are exactly, but... I mean, he doesn't need this base, so there's the cancel. This base is defended. This is what we're talking about. Defiler, Lurkers, Sunkens coming in. Maybe that left one at the 9 o'clock was bait. Protoss up +3 attack already, which is very impressive stuff here from Best. Big fan. Big fan of that. Best trying to set up for a 4th base down the right side. Dropping in the bottom left here. There is enough to deal with it, but guess what? Positioning matters, folks. Another Maelstrom, but it's fine. I mean, the Hydras are probably dead anyway, is kind of the entire point. DT's getting 3 hits off. No, wait. Overlord somewhere. I guess this one was providing vision. Okay, so it's held. Not too bad. And killing this hatchery up here, not even getting a cancel. Just regular old +3 speed lots getting serious work done on the edges of the map here. DT wiped out. Plague's on the way now, along with Scarab damage. Simultaneous damage upgrades. I'm just not sure what the value of Scarab damage is against Zerg. You already one-shot Lings and Hydras and Defilers without the upgrade. I guess maybe if Ultras show up, or I guess if you want to take down a Sunken Colony, the upgrade helps a little bit there. I don't know. I've never done the math, but what upgrade does it help with? Because we do see pros get it enough that it must matter. It must. It simply must matter. Reaver shot. Reavers saving the day against this Ling attack. Man, Lings are scary unless you've got Reavers, and then everything's okay. You're suddenly calm. Sophisticated. Larva trying to retake this 9 o'clocker. Get him back up to 6 bases. 4 bases rolling from Best. Easy access to the bottom right corner, 2 for a 5th if he wants it. Larva's maxed out, man. Despite the base deaths he's experienced and cancellations, it's really just been cancellations and kills on construction, right? Hasn't lost any bases yet. So, I mean, I feel like, as a Zerg player, if you haven't lost a base yet, Plague-oo, Plague-oo, Plague-oo. That's the Plague song by me. Yeah, great Plague. If you haven't lost any bases at the first 20 minutes against Best, I think you're feeling pretty happy about your situation. So does it mean you can 3-shot a Sunken now that they have that upgrade? Oh, getting a Plague on the Reavers is the best thing in the entire world you can do against anybody, but especially Best. Drops into the natural base? That's a weird place for drops. Okay, all the way into the main base. We lost one of the Overlords already. Engagement in the middle of the map. High ground Lurker positioning. Psystorm doesn't care about your high ground. It's not going to miss because you're on high ground. Plague again. This is a very plagued up army, folks. Yeah, so the Lings are feeling all sorts of okay engaging here. Is that a fake drop? That was totally a fake drop. Wow, Larva goes for the fake drop, fakes me out. I could have checked, but I assumed it was real. But he's playing the mind games. Yeah, Zerg player's up 20 plus supply. This is really bad for Best. Really bad, but we love Larva. Don't we love Larva? I think we love Larva. One of my favorite players. We don't have nearly enough Larva games, in my opinion, in my replay folder. I'll make a request for RJB for more Larva games for the future. But he's a good dude. He's continuing to supply me with upwards of 9-10 replays a day, so we are not going to run out, folks. Not anytime soon. Pretty good split on that storm drop. Maybe 1 or 2 drones died there. I would have lost everything because my attention would have been like Over here, I'd be trying to break this front. That's what I'd be doing. Oh no, the DT did get in and kill like 5 drones. He had detection, he just didn't have anything to kill the DT once it was detected and killing the drones. Oh boy. Well, still 60 workers. Could be worse. He's actually dropping Hydras up here. High Templar sniped. No, Reaver says. Second High Templar not sniped. Not at all. Lings on in. Psystorm. Guess what the best offense is as Protoss? Psystorm. What's the best defense? Also Psystorm. Yeah, Plague is just that good. Another he Maelstromed a Defiler. And he's gonna live through it too. That's fun. That Defiler saw his life flash before his eyes. And then gets out of there. So look, Plague, really top tier ability against Protoss, 100%. Because one, it's not dodgeable. Plague's an instant cast, does all of its thing at once, and then it goes tick, 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 tick. You can't stop it from ticking. You can't regain the HP you lose from Plague. And you're the very saddest panda when Plague hits you. It's just there's no answer to it. It's the best thing you can do against Protoss. Which is why all these Zergs that are like, I don't need tier 3. Who needs Plague? Just befuddle me. It's the best thing you can do. Is this Defiler already or Reaver already plagued? It is. So probably won't bother plaguing it again. Did he get a... Sure, man. Yeah, this is... Oh! God, there you go. See? He went for the Plague there. Caught those cannons. Had somebody in a live stream ask me the other day, you know, why don't we see more Plague on buildings? And it's like, well, because Plague on attacking units like Zealots and Reavers and Dragoons is just better. Cannons are not really a concern for you all that much in the late game as Zerg. You just Dark Swarm the thing and bam, it dies to one Zergling. But Reavers and Zealots are a different effort, a different thing. Plaguing them, if you're going to plague them and catch some cannons, great. Incidental damage, you're happy with it, but it's not the primary goal. Yeah, the Plague and the Psystorms back and forth here. Larva's doing a good job not sending everything all in at once, but the storms just never end. He thought he was... Yeah, he thought he'd maybe taken out all of the storms of this army, but nope. There's always money in the banana stand. There's always Psystorm in the High Templar. Metasynaptic node. Interestingly enough, he is going for air weapons level 1. He's not going to go carriers here. Not against a tier 3 Larva. No way. It would make no sense. So that's it. Every base on the map has been taken for a minute now. Larva's up. 50 supply on the Zerg. These Lings can just pick apart Zealots and Dragoons because they are plagued. And double Ultra Cavern. Really? Yeah, look at that. Double Ultra Cavern for double upgrades. Let's see him do it. There's the Dark Swarm. Reavers are in there. And I don't know, man. Sure. Reavers and High Templar and Stormer in here. You're not breaking this. Not with the Lings and Hydras and Defilers, you're not. See, this is why I think Plague is so good. Dark Swarm is more situational than Plague is, I'd argue. So 5 Ultras in production. He's not using either Ultralisk Cavern for an upgrade right now, though he has the money for it. I mean, who needs chitinous plating, right? Who's interested in speed for their Ultralisks? Let's just get slow and less armored Ultralisks out on the map. Surely the Reavers won't ruin us. What is Best doing? Best is going Stargate, Fleet Beacon. Is he going to go carrier here? You know, against Ultras is not a terrible idea. Great storm defense there. Natural base might actually get busted. He plagues the... Oh, man. He plagues the DT to reveal it, but the Overlords were there anyway, so whatever. I mean, this is a mined-out base. It's a dead economic base. I love the Hydras taking this high ground position, though. That is great. Storming up on the high ground. Archons with 3, 2, 1 upgrades here. Nice Plague again, but Plague doesn't kill stuff. It just weakens it. You still need that step 2 of showing up with some cracklings. to take the things out that were plagued. For example, that. And that. Okay, not that, though. That no Protoss units died there. No, you cannot possibly be going carriers. All right, that's where the silly comes from. Here come the slow Ultralisks without chitinous plating, but look, he's getting chitinous plating. Okay, he's going for double upgrades now, but the double Ultra Cavern did not help him as much as he wanted it to, so the natural base looks like it's going to die. The main base also looks like it's going to die from best here. He can't be happy about that. But what he can be happy about is the idea that not a lot of anti-air, is it? A lot of the gas has been going into Ultralisks right now. Greater Spire coming in, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Devourers, Scourge, Dark Swarm, Plague. There are too many answers to carriers for Protoss to make them work against Zerg. Just no answers, dude. I mean, none of it's Dragoons, which just have great range and hit carriers like trucks. There's a lot of reasons not to go carriers in PvP. Dragoons are one. Stasis is another one. Stasis just takes carriers out of the position entirely. Lurker drop into range of a couple cannons. Few probes die. Yeah, so Best is out of this game. He's done. He's putting all of his eggs into the... Boy, I wish there were carriers basket. Oh, Larva knows about this. Larva knows about this carrier shenaniganry. He sent in some Scourge to hunt them. I don't think that was an accidental. We're sending Scourge into this base to see what's going on. No. He knew it was carriers. He was hoping to catch them off guard. So this is extremely weird. Yes, very silly indeed. For Best to be like, well, economically, I'm hardcore losing this game. What do they always say to do when you're fighting against a Zerg player and you're down like 3 bases at 30 minutes? That's right, make carriers. That's what it was. Yeah, Greater Spire, further Carapace upgrades. Second Spire now on the way from Larva. Main base of Best is in shambles. Natural base, third base, shambles. Best lives back here with his carriers and his cannons and his reavers and says, behold, we are ready for you. All right. Well, I mean, yeah. Reavers, yes. Carriers, no in this situation. Plague them. Doesn't have the energy for it. Man, would have been nice to get a plague off in that situation. Because it's never too early to plague a Protoss unit. It's not like Terran where you plague a bunch of Marines and it's like, they healed up over the next 3 minutes. No, you plague these carriers, they are worse carriers forever now, until they die. He wants the plague so bad, but doesn't get it. He walks out of the Dark Swarm cannons, snipe him out there, Scourge go back home. But yeah, Best is stuck in this bottom right-hand corner with not a lot of money and not a lot of supply, but he's got cannons, reavers, and High Templar, and that's a hard bust for Zerg in general, no matter what they throw at this. No matter what they throw at this. You'd say, well, Guardians, obviously, but then Psystorms kill the Guardians so fast. And now the carriers are going to kill the Guardians super fast, too, if that's what he goes for. Ooh, an Ensnare. 15 Devourers. This is getting a weird fun tag. I haven't had a weird fun game in a while. But check out the weird fun playlist for more games like this, where Protoss makes carriers against Zerg, because why not? It's not Outsider. This is La Mancha. This is nothing about this map that says you should make carriers. Outsider, yes. It's effectively an island map. Carriers make a lot of sense on this map. Most of the PvZs I've cast with carriers against Zerg have been on Outsider, but this is not that. This is, I am dying. How do I live? And the answer is maybe carriers, I guess. +1 flyer attack. Here come the Devourer boys. Devourers, Scourge. So many Devourers. Oh boy. This might be a thumbnail. What do you think? We'll try it out. We'll try it out as a thumbnail. If people like it, we'll go with it. If they don't like it, we'll swap it out. So he's making 11 more Devourers. This is the most Devourers I've seen in a 1v1 pro game of StarCraft ever, I think. This is so many Devourers. They're not even really supposed to be used like this. They're supposed to be used to debuff the thing you're trying to kill, and then you bring in Scourge or Mutalisks or Hydralisks to then easily, very quickly kill the thing you want to kill. But Devourers themselves, their DPS is garbage. Yes, do they hit hard? They do. 25 damage is a massive amount of damage. But the attack speed is slower than Siege Tanks. And Siege Tanks do like 75 damage per shot. So that just tells you how bad the DPS is for Devourers. It's a debuffing machine. It goes bloop. Acid Spore Goop goes on. You go bloop again. More debuff. So yes, hitting your target again makes sense. Ensnare? Parasite? Oh, they tried to do a thing, but that Corsair group just... +2 attack Corsairs against the Queen. Not even fair. D-Web is coming in. In case a lot of Hydras unload and they're inside Dark Swarm, you D-Web them. Because that, you know, still works when they're inside Dark Swarm. Just scouting around. He's like, is there a landing zone here? Best says, uh-huh. There's a landing zone. Come right here. We're going to Storm Reaver and Disruption Web you to death if you try to land here. I dare you. I dare you to try it, Larva. Yeah, Larva's going to win this game absent one just ridiculous A-move everything into here. Everything dies. And then remaxing on Ultras and then losing all those too and then being out of money and then Best wins. Scourge, no connections. Look at that, no connections. Look at that, no connections on those Corsairs. Once there are enough Corsairs, your Scourge do not kill them. Do not. Never have, never will. You got a Parasite off, though. Not sure if this show... Oh, it does. So there's the Parasite. Wow, Best split that off before I could find it even. Good job. We're going to send it in and sack it because... Yeah, it's parasited. And then he saves the parasited Corsair anyway. That is so many Devourers. That is so many Devourers. Mind Control's on the way from Best. Okay. All right. This is feeling like that shuttle versus... Oh, who was the Protoss in that game? It's Jadong on Polypoid against a really good Protoss player. Is it Calm? Might have been Calm. Like one of the weirdest, most mind-control-y, nice Plague, most mind-control-y PvZs you've ever seen. There's mind-controlling of Defilers and Queens in that game. So yeah, this reminds me of that, in case you were wondering, which I'm sure you were. Look at this Air Armor. Air Armor coming in a PvZ. That never happens. We never get Air Armor in a PvZ. Attack! Attack! Make the Reavers use their shots. That's money that Best has to spend. And his bank is a lot lower than mine is. Oh no, a Lurker died. I'm sure Larva's very worried about this. Psystorms are free, right? Psystorms are great. You toss a lot of Psystorms out, you're not losing anything. Just gotta wait for that energy to come back. It's free. Okay, catches that Reaver that was not plagued already. That's a massive win. Massive win plaguing that Reaver. That sucks for Best. I'm pretty sure Best knows he can't win this game. But he's decided he's gonna make a lot of Dark Archons and Carriers anyway, like he's Savior Sword. Who plays live games with us during the live streams we have on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Here on this very channel, mind you. Feel free to stop by and say hello. Oh, that's the money plague. That's the money plague. That's the one that gets it done. Look at these carriers. Look at them mostly plagued. This one dodged it somehow. Yeah, we're sacking drones to free up supply. Oh, I don't know if that plague was avoidable. I mean, not that one, but for the rest of the game, do we think there was ever a possible way to dodge that plague forever? Probably not. Like I said, not dodgeable. The only way you get away from it is staying out of range of a Defiler, or hoping the Defiler doesn't have enough energy to throw a plague on you. Yeah, Ultras can basically two-shot cannons if they're plagued. I think he's trying to attack the Reaver, but... Okay, three-shot cannons. Well, it's a lot of dead Ultras, gotta say. He's replacing with Ultras. So what did I say Larva could do to lose this game? Remax with Ultralisks is one thing. Oh, Queen versus... Excellent there. High Templar dead. Excellent stuff there, man. No parasites now. Nicely done. Taking down another High Templar here. Oh, mind controlling the Queen. Okay. Mind controlling an Ultralisk. It doesn't come with all the upgrades. Except for speed and except for the Carapace upgrade there. He's doing fine anyway, somehow. Look at this. Mind-controlled Ultralisk, mind-controlled Queen. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Okay, Dark Swarm Ultra's coming in. Queen's Ensnare Maelstrom. It's so beautiful for everything. Maybe that's second. Oh my gosh, another Maelstrom. The Storm going down to another Maelstrom. There are so many Dark Archons that it doesn't even matter. No, attack the carrier bodies, you idiots. Don't attack the Interceptors. Scourge trying to take out the Corsairs while they can. Oh, it is Christmas. It is Christmas in June. At this stage of the game, folks. I mean, not even June yet. I think this is going to post in May, but you know what I mean. Mind controls a Devourer. See, these ones have 3-2. This one has 0-0. But ability upgrades do come with, for whatever reason. So, like chitinous plating and anabolic synthesis, but the Ultra itself... Oh, does not have any armor or attack upgrades. Again, I don't know if that was intentional or just kind of how it worked out in the end back in 1998, but is good. So yeah, I mean, Larva just has enough of a bank to do that like 10 more times and probably be fine. And it's just going to wear down best eventually here. If he loses this, I'm going to be very... Oh, mind control the Overlords. You get the stuff inside the Overlords when you mind control the Overlords. Side Storm on the ramp. It's just... It's a lot of dead stuff here from the Zerg. But it just doesn't matter. He can throw stuff at these units forever. Great Storm. He gets one connection with all those Scourge. One. And it doesn't even kill a Corsair. Here we go. Round 17 into this base. Best trying to hold on. Killing the Ultralisk that betrayed them or had its mind scrambled. Mind controlling a Hydralisk. And some Lings here too. They have Adrenal. They don't have attack or armor. So they're Cracklings with 0 attack upgrades. Kind of like they were for a second in this game when Larva had the Crackling upgrade and no attack or armor upgrades on those boys. It didn't last long, though. Reaver, nice pickup on the Reaver to save it. Mind Control Ultra, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh. This is insane. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Once you're out of energy on Dark Archons, though, they kind of suck. Uh-oh. Nope, got another one. Got another mind control. This guy's like, no, my friends. Oh, they've all turned against me and killed me now. Look at the mind-controlled Ultralisks. Yeah, this game is silly. This started with a Nexus first. I'll, okay, remind you, nice, giant Maelstrom Storm combo on those Ultralisks. I mean, it's not as easy to kill them as if they were mutas, but that takes a lot of HP off those boys nevertheless. Dude, okay. This is insane. Best is into the best end of game situation you can get against a Zerg player, but wait, Larva's bank is gone. Dude, Larva's bank is gone. Oh no. He had 6,000 resources like 2 minutes ago. He just burned through it. Remember when I was like, remaxing on an Ultras is a good way that Larva could lose this game? That's kind of what he's done. Okay, but Mass Hydra here. How many High Templar are there left? Not many. How many gateways are there to make High Templar? 1. So there are 2 High Templar up this ramp. Maelstrom does delay the Hydras for now. Reaver shots delay them forever. Bring an Overlord to the party. Bring an Overlord to the party. Bring an Overlord to the party. Bring on Larva. Larva. Okay, bringing an Overlord to the party, but this DT has got 4 kills, and it's all Hydralisks. Finally dies because the Overlord came in. Here we go. Mind control on the Overlords. Maelstrom on the follow-up. Larva needs to do this now. He does not have the money. D-Web gets tossed down. He cannot try this again if it doesn't work this time, I don't think. No frigging way that Best is going to win this game. Not possible. Too many Hydralisks, too many Ultralisks, but it appears to be a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Look at these Hydralisks, though. There's a Reaver back there. Dark Archon sniped out. I mean, I don't think there are necessarily enough interceptors to deal with these Hydras. Oh my gosh, they've been plagued as well. Hydra Ball getting whittled down by the interceptors, by cannon shots. Oh, Observatory sniped. Maybe DTs will work here. There's a DT at the ramp. Overlord down. Overlord down. I'm trying to snipe these cannons just real quick. And then catch a Maelstrom, and then more Hydras come in, and more Ultras come in. And the Reaver sits back here and is just trying to murder everything that it can. Dude, this is a ridiculous PvZ. Can Best hold it? Larva's out of cash. He's out of cash right now. Best still has money left. He's clearing everything out. More Hydras joining the party, though. Do we think Hydras are the answer to this thing? Very well could be. This is it. Larva has 21 minerals left. He's got like a mineral patch he's working from out there. Best still has a little bit of cash left at least. Ensnare on the carriers. D-Web on the other side of it. Defensively used, and Best taps out. Larva is our winner in 42 minutes. Holy cow. Holy cow. What an absolutely ridiculous showing there. I can't believe that Best almost won this thing. I can't believe it. Larva is done. Larva can't remax. Larva's got 116 minerals there, 52 there, and 20 there. That's it. That's all he's got, man. 3 mineral patches totaling like 200 minerals. Best, on the other hand, does have like 300 minerals there. Okay. Only 100 minerals there. So 200, 100. Okay, so maybe not a lot there either. And it is, well, like 100 to like 50 total supply from Best. So it's a barely hold here. But I mean, that's the nature of Protoss when they kind of turtle up like this. Again, Zerg, it's very hard for Zerg to break. We've seen it. We've seen plenty of games come down to this, where Protoss just kind of takes a corner, whether it's on Polypoid or Fighting Spirit or this one, and just kind of sets up, takes all the money off of these 2 bases, get as much make as they can, make carriers, Dark Archons, Reavers, High Templar, DTs, Corsairs, and then just cast spells until the end of time. That's exactly what happened here. So, GG. I cannot believe Larva came out on top. I thought he was in trouble when he got down to double-digit minerals, but he just barely squeezed it out. Dark Archon, not enough energy. Dark Archon, not enough energy. 19 kill Reaver. Carriers with 7 intercept. 1 carrier left. I thought this was 2, but it's 1. With 7 interceptors left. Yeah, Best was right to tap out. He knew the point he was at, and that's a GG. That's a game. That is a game and a half, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Silly, but also amazing. Thanks for the replay, RJB. 455,000 points from Larva, 413 from Best. It is a 300 to 1,300 production here for Larva. And a 10-to-2 kill-death ratio. So this is bigger than that, but what massive differences. 112 to 2 buildings raised is hilarious. Probably tells you the whole story. If you're a Protoss player in a 42-minute game against Larva and you killed 2 buildings, you probably lost. Although, again, closer than you would imagine. And then the outspend here is pretty solid, too, from Larva. But he needed it, man. Boy, did he need that irradiate. What a GG. All right. That's going to be it for me today, then. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.